Rated M for mature.
Don't let your kids watch it!
Ah, spoiler alert.
Hey there, Artie!
And gas.
Very well. Then if you would, please take the stand, Miss Sykes.
She's gonna, like, fall over getting there.
She's pretty,
also,
she's pretty tough.
There are so many loose ends here.
Oh,
we
yeah.
still don't know
because keep in mind, we still haven't done anything with the present case of who killed Clay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we haven't done anything with that. We don't know anything about Apollo. We have to get the hostages still.
Yep.
We have,
We still don't really know all of the reasons why she did it.
No, we don't.
Because apparently she wasn't being used as a guinea pig.
Apparently. Unless it's, like...
She just thought she was because of the
behind
headphones that she
closed
hated.
doors. Where it's like no one has seen it. It's only upstairs in her room.
Maybe.
You could have something like that. I don't know. Again,
It could be a the devil made me do it, like Vera Misham said.
I mean, Blackwell was a student under her, essentially.
Yeah.
So he was around these two quite a bit, but not like day-to-day life. Again, that's like one of those where when you meet someone who's going through abuse, which I've met people with that, it's always extremely well hidden, and that's why it's hard to identify. You can know a person for years and not realize that's happening until much later. And so that's why that still hasn't been ruled out yet for me this case.
And also going back to you're like, this should not be rated M. I personally think the next 3DS game is a little darker.
Spirit Tracks? No, Spirit Justice.
Yeah! Ace Attorney Spirit Tracks! The Legend of Zelda, Spirit of Justice. I mean, that one's T, but there are some very dark themes in that. But we'll get there when we get there.
Thank you for letting me do this, Prosecutor Edgeworth. And thank you, Mr. Wright and Prosecutor Blackwell, for letting the truth be known. Now we can finally move forward, and everyone's suffering can come to an end.
Athena. Prosecutor Blackwell will be cleared, and the Dark Age of the Law can come to an end. Yes, admit your guilt, and bring everything to its conclusion.
I killed my mother. My memory is still a little hazy, but there's no question I remember it. I remember the weight of the weapon in my hands, and the feeling of it stabbing in deep. And I remember the warmth of her blood as it flowed down the handle of my fingers. Your Honor, please find me guilty.
I dare say, these are all memories that no one but the murderer would have. I see. Thank you for your confession. I believe this trial has gone on long enough.
No, I need to know why!
But before we can conclude, does anyone have a counter-argument?
Apollo, run in here, boy. Get in here.
Objection!
Heck yes, it's Apollo.
Nope.
No, it's not. Oh, they just have the same objection.
They have very similar objections. I do, Your Honor. Mr. Wright.
But, Mr. Wright, why? I killed her. I remember it now. Any counter-argument now is pointless.
Objection!
Don't tell me you've forgotten one of the basic tenets of lawyering. Bluff, whatever. I mean, always believe in the client to the bitter end. Athena, you are not a murderer.
Objection!
I said that you never changed, but could you have actually regressed in these 8 years? I won't stand for your childish emotionalism getting in the way of the truth. Emotionalism? Don't lecture me on matters of the heart,
I have a
Edgeworth.
question. Could she toss Widget at us and do the Widget
Maybe.
on her?
Because I can see straight into a person's soul.
Cyclops. Yeah. Those haven't unlocked yet.
I did a little research. I looked into the special Cyclops you mentioned, Mr. Nick. Athena isn't trying to keep anything from you on purpose. For some reason, part of her heart and her memories are sealed off, even from herself.
Hey.
There's still a chance. Somewhere deep in Athena's heart, there might be still a memory that not even she knows about yet. It might be like looking for a grain of sand somewhere in the cosmos, but still, that memory might contain a new fact that could prove her innocence. I hope for everyone's sake that you are not just bluffing, Mr. Wright.
I love bluffing.
Now then, is there or is there not a problem with Miss Sykes' confession?
My memory's still a little hazy, but there's no question I remember it. I remember the weight of the weapon in my hands, and the feeling of it stabbing in deep. And I remember the warmth of her blood as it flowed down the handle on my fingers.
There's definitely something wrong with her memory of the event. I can just tell.
Because the weapon's on the ground?
If there is a problem with her confession, please prove it to the court now.
Can we look at the picture?
So that's the weapon itself. And that's the picture of the weapon.
Oh, it doesn't ever go on the handle.
True. Isn't that the katana the defendant used to kill the victim, Mr. Wright? I respectfully and vehemently disagree, Your Honor.
But I remember it! I remember holding the weapon and getting blood on my fingers!
You were holding it wrong, girl.
That's exactly my point. If blood really did get on your fingers while you were holding it, there should be blood on the handle. But please focus on the handle of this sword. There's not a trace of blood on it. And therefore, this is clearly a contradiction of the facts.
You're right.
Oh my! The defendant must have simply confused a portion of her memories. She mentioned it was hazy to begin with, and we can't mull over every minor detail.
That's a big important detail.
But she also said there's no question I remember it, a fact we can't ignore. In that case, why don't you explain what this contradiction with her memories means?
Do all of my work, Phoenix.
Gladly! Just give me a sec to think of something. I want to say that Athena didn't stab anyone, but she said it herself that she remembers the feeling of committing the act. Think, Phoenix. Think! What could the contradiction with Athena's memories mean? The blood was wiped off the weapon, the defendant used a different
weapon.
Miss Sykes said blood flowed down the handle, but the katana's handle is spotless. So, doesn't it follow that the defendant must have used a weapon other than the katana? What are you up to this time? This is it. This time I found just the thing to end Athena's nightmare for good. The weapon that took Dr. Sykes' life was the katana. That much is for sure. So if I can show a possibility that Athena didn't use the katana, it could help me prove her innocent. A different weapon, you say? What weapon would that be, exactly? Right. Of course he would ask that. I can see you're floundering, Mr. Wright. Did you speak without thinking again, as always? How does he do that? Because you were sweating profusely.
Please.
But I can't back down. Not here, not now. That's right. I did. Because it's so obvious, it doesn't require any thought. What did you say? Okay, so maybe that was an exaggeration, but there has to be something. Was there some other bladed weapon in the robotics lab that day? Maybe there's something in one of the crime scene photos. Wait a minute. There is something! There is a high probability that that was in the lab. I don't have that particular weapon here in the evidence right now, but I do have a piece of evidence just like it.
What?
Other than the katana, this is another blade that may have been at the crime scene.
Oh, the little tiny dinky knife?
The utility knife.
Oh.
But that's the murder weapon in the Clay Terran case!
It's funny, isn't it?
Yes, this is the knife that took Mr. Terran's life. But there must have been a knife just like this at the crime scene 7 years ago as well. Toolkits containing utility knives like this one are issued to Space Center employees. And a robotics lab especially would naturally have one of these around.
Objection!
He's like, wow, you are stretching thin, boy.
But, besides the katana, no other bladed weapon was found at the site. If it was in the investigation report, if you didn't know.
Objection!
Of course I knew that! Once you told me just now. Then here's something else you already knew. There was a toolkit at the scene, but it didn't contain any blades. Here is a photo of its contents.
It's missing one, you dolt!
You're right, I don't see any kind of bladed tool. Fine, but isn't there something odd about the design on these
gosh.
handles? Therefore, there was no overbladed weapon in the room.
Objection!
Blank space baby, and I'll write your name, Edgeworth.
I disagree. This toolkit contained a knife. And what proof do you have of that? Don't tell me your eye for art is failing you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
How did we go from the crazy emotion puzzle with Black Quill
to Edgeworth can't see there's
can't
something
see
missing
that
from a
there's not a knife?
No, he knows there's something missing from there. He doesn't know it's a knife specifically, though.
It has the same pattern. Also, wouldn't they have been like, oh my gosh, there's something missing from this toolkit? That's pretty weird.
You are the last person in the world who should be criticizing my aesthetic sense.
Oh my gosh. if you
Now,
don't
now,
believe this-
he's simply watching out for your ocular health. Please proceed, Mr. Wright.
Oh my gosh. This game is really like a mix of, oh,
This
you
is
gotta
so
think about
cool.
this, and like, this
You
is
never
the
really have to think
easiest
about this.
This is the easiest puzzle. This isn't like
This is the easiest Ace Attorney game by a mile.
Yeah.
Notice that the handles of each of these tools have a sort of design on them. I would argue, other than Spirit of Justice, the hardest is the first Edgeworth game because it's so easy that I expect it to be harder, and I'm like, oh wait, I am already like 5 steps ahead of where they expect me to be.
Yeah.
Ah, I see that they do. But what significance does that have? Also because of the stupid Prima-Do statues and you always present the wrong one. It's clear that one of the tools is missing from this kit. If we rearrange the tools into a specific pattern, we might be able to tell which part of the overall design is missing. Is that the theory your pitiful sense of aesthetics helped you come up with?
Edgeworth.
Edgeworth, just let it go, man! Show the court then, if you would. What pattern or design would we see if we were to rearrange the
Oh
tools?
my gosh, I cannot.
Gyaxa!
Gyaxa, you. Oh my gosh.
You stupid reptile.
Stupid reptile.
And what design is this supposed to represent? The Gyaxa logo, Your Honor. It's all on the Space Center's documents and pamphlets.
Oh my gosh.
If, as you're aware, Gyaxa is the program that operates the Cosmos Space Center.
Look at how brightly the Gyaxa logo shines in the sunlight above the entranceway!
I really dig the stars and rocket motif it's got going.
Gyaxa, huh? Isn't that the new name of the Federal Space R&D program?
Who cares? We knew this.
Ah, I think I see it now. But... yes, with just the tools shown in this photo, the red A part of the logo is missing. And this is where the murder weapon from the Terran case comes into play. If we were to place the utility knife in the open slot, it would complete the Gyaxa logo. So it would! Then that means... admit it, Mr. Edgeworth. My aesthetic sense is keener than yours. And while you're at it, admit that the weapon Miss Sykes used could have been this one.
I have theories on this.
Okay, let's hear it.
Someone, well,
Sounds so
obviously,
enthusiastic.
someone else killed her mom. She comes in, and she's laying on the operating table, and she's like, I can, like, she has that, oh, it's kind of like a robot. I can dismantle her, and then we can fix her. So she grabs the knife and starts hacking away. Because she's already stabbed at this point, and nothing's working. Then Blackwell walks in, she's like, creepy little girl.
Okay, interesting. Order in the court. Miss Sykes confessed to having a memory of stabbing the victim. Admittedly, Miss Sykes most likely did stab someone, using the utility knife. However, the weapon used to kill Dr. Sykes was the katana. Therefore, the act of stabbing that Miss Sykes remembers couldn't be that of Dr. Sykes. Very well. Let's suppose for a moment that Miss Sykes did use this utility knife. Tell me, how does that change anything? Come again? What if the katana was only being used as a decoy to conceal the true murder weapon? What if the real murder weapon that took the victim's life was the utility knife? Don't be ridiculous! Or are you changing the premise of your entire argument? I'm merely offering a hypothetical situation derived from your logic. Miss Sykes could have put blood on the katana to make it look like the murder weapon, and then concealed the knife on her personage until Blackwell carried her away. that does clear up the contradiction between Miss Sykes' memories and the evidence. If, in fact, the murder weapon is a utility knife, then fate has dealt you a cruel hand. For you have just proven the knife's existence to the rest of us with your own logic.
Objection!
The prosecution is attempting to lead the court.
Objection!
You're the one attempting to lead the court, Mr. Wright, by forcing us to forget the facts of this case. Need I remind you that there were only 2 people in the lab at the time of the murder? And that the defendant herself recalls stabbing someone with her own hands? No.
Unless she's thinking of the robot.
It matters not whether the murder weapon was a katana or a utility knife, as long as we know that the victim and the defendant were the only ones there. You cannot escape the fact that it was Athena Sykes who killed her own mother. I don't believe it. Why? Why does this keep happening? Every time I find a contradiction, it vanishes and the suspicion keeps coming back. It's almost as if... Now you're finally starting to get it. Your contradictions keep vanishing because the charge is true. And the suspicion keeps coming back to the defendant because that's where it belongs. Phoenix Wright, when will you open your eyes and accept the truth?
Apollo, that's when you come running in here, buddy. Pearls, get down here.
I don't want to believe it. It can't be true. But what if? Mr. Wright, you fought a good fight. I think you've done all you can do.
No.
Is giving up really the only option?
No.
No. No! Step out of it, Phoenix! What's the matter with you? Giving in to doubt? I can't look back. Forward is the only way to go. No, Your Honor! Not yet. It isn't over yet. Right? I can't lose sight of what's important. I believe in Athena, and I'll always believe in her. To the very end. A defense lawyer never gives up on his client. Unless that client is Nat Unger. I have to pick myself up and stand firm. Make that brain of yours work, Phoenix.
That was a great case.
If I don't see a way, then I just have to go back and look for one. Time to rethink this case. Thoroughly.
Oh, yeah.
I concede the fact that Athena must have stabbed somebody with the utility knife. This must have been what Ponko witnessed as Athena's hug. But Prosecutor Blackwell didn't see the knife at the scene. This means that someone must have removed it from the lab before he arrived. Who could have taken the utility knife from the lab? Meta Sykes, Athena Sykes, or someone else?
Well, no one else went by there, right?
Maybe.
So
from what we understand.
Would it have been Athena then?
But Athena didn't leave.
No, and neither did Metapsych, so I guess it would have to be someone else.
A third person was at the scene. If I trust in Athena, then I have to conclude there was a third person at the scene. But according to Ponko's testimony, Athena and her mother were the only 2 there.
Only 2 registered
So
persons.
then, how did this third person manage to escape Ponko's detection? And no, she has said there were 2 people there because she has the heartbeat detection. I know, this person must have fooled Ponko's facial recognition feature by covering Ponko's face, their own face, or
Their
the
own
victim's.
face. But...
They had their face.
But the heartbeat.
Right. But wait a minute. Ponko has a heartbeat detection system too. Even if they covered their own face, Ponko would have still detected their presence. But she wouldn't have been able to tell who they were. Wait, that's it.
If they were a robot.
The culprit could have covered their face and posed as which person to avoid detection.
But it's Ponko themselves. That would not make sense. Covered their face poses.
So what did Ponko say about the people
There
that
were
were there?
2 people. One hugged. Or they hugged. They were arguing. One fell.
So who were they?
That's Metis Sykes
And Athena.
and Athena.
Yeah, so they would have had to
Ponko
pose
was
as
there.
Metis. If the culprit posed as the victim, that would explain why Ponko thought only she and Athena were there. All they had to do was take advantage of Ponko's basic recognition features. The culprit used this in order to pose as the victim.
Her jacket. That's easy.
culprit could have posed as the victim by wearing her jacket with the ID tag on it. But that still leaves the heartbeat detection system. How did the culprit get around that? It wouldn't have worked if Ponko could detect the real Dr. Sykes' heartbeat too. So what is that? Does that mean that the real Dr. Sykes was already dead by that time? If that's the case, then who did Athena stab?
Real culprit?
Athena stabbed the real culprit. That's it! The person Athena stabbed wasn't Dr. Sykes.
What if
It was the person who murdered her and then pretended to be her. The real culprit!
What if it was Aura? And she's like, man, I hate this stupid brat because she stabbed me.
Oh! That would be
That
interesting.
would be funny.
And she would live.
She would never get over that.
Now that Mr. Wright has finally finished thinking, let's bring this to a swift end.
Taylor Swift end.
Please give us your verdict, Your Honor, so that we can move on to the hostage negotiations. And get pizza.
And get Pizza Hut.
You are absolutely right, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Pizza Hut is very good. I hereby...
Objection!
No, we got this.
I didn't say I was finished. I was only pausing for a second. Because I realized something so shocking I had to take a break to digest it. But now, I know for a fact that Miss Sykes is innocent.
But Ponko saw me. She witnessed the moment of the crime.
Yes, Ponko did witness something. She saw the hug. In other words, the moment you use the utility knife. But the person you stabbed wasn't your mother. What are you saying, Mr. Wright? The answer is simple. The person Miss Sykes stabbed was a third person posing as Dr. Sykes. What?
Edgeworth's just gonna be like, why?
Objection!
Do you really expect us to swallow that, Mr. Wright? According to the robot's statements, there was no third person there. Did you really think I wouldn't see through your ludicrous grab for time?
Objection!
After all we've been through, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm disappointed. Don't you know by now that this smile of mine means I have absolute confidence? Ha! You make that pose all the time, regardless of the facts! Klonko's strange malfunction. Mr. Terran, you look pale. Shall I help you to the sick bay? Mr. Terran? But that's Apollo you're talking to.
Oh, this hunk of junk here is mistaking Apollo for Clay. Maybe Apollo's possessed by Clay's ghost.
That was another case of mistaken identity caused by a jacket ID tag. All because Klonko couldn't read Apollo's facial features due to that eye patch. Like Mr. Edgeworth said, a mask could nullify the robot's facial recognition, and then, all the person would have to do is wear a jacket with the victim's ID tag to pose as her.
Objection!
Of all the ridiculous theories, what good would a silly disguise like that do? Have you forgotten that the robot also has a heartbeat detection system? If there was a third person at the scene, the robot would have detected them. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but that doesn't count for much, I'm afraid. Because, by that time, Dr. Sykes' heart had already stopped beating. What? So does that mean... Yes, Your Honor. The person Miss Sykes stabbed... This third person who was posing as Dr. Sykes is her mother's real killer. But that's... impossible!
I like how Athena's just standing there like, yup, I'm just here in my shorts.
A mask? The person I stabbed was wearing a mask?
Order! Order in the court! Miss Sykes, did you say something?
A mask? Yeah. I remember a... Ah!
Athena, what is it?
Ah!
Careful! Don't kill her.
I remember a man with a mask. How could he? What did he do to my mother? Ah, my head. Ah!
Miss Sykes, are you alright?
No!
psych locks. They're breaking.
All of them? Good lord! Don't destroy her soul, please. And then Athena dies.
No, we didn't force them open.
Oh.
They, like, gradually opened.
It's all coming back to me. Everything that happened the day my mother died.
Was murdered. Same thing. Oh, we're gonna have a cutscene? No, that's fine.
They're gone. The black psych locks are finally gone.
I didn't think that would be the thing to break them.
You didn't really stab your mother, did you? It's alright, Athena. Just tell us what you saw that day.
I was drawing a picture. When I was done, I went to show it to my mom. I opened the door, and then...
It's alright. I'm right here. You're safe, Athena.
She was on the floor by the workbench with the katana sticking out of her. There was a handkerchief over her face, but I knew it was her by her clothes. And there was a man there.
A man?
Hold it!
Quiet, Your Honor! Go on, Athena.
He tried to attack me. In a panic, I grabbed the knife that was there, and he dodged it first, so I only got his clothes. But I tried again.
And this time you got him, didn't you?
I did. I remember it clearly now. The knife went into the back of his hand. Then he kicked me, and I passed out.
Utility knife updated in the court record.
That sounds different from what Blackwell said, though.
When I came to, my mom wasn't moving.
This is before Blackwell showed up.
I had to do something. I had to fix her, I thought. So I asked Ponko to move her to the operating table. Something's wrong with Mom. So I'm taking her apart to fix her.
So that's why she said that. Your Honor, as you can see, the defendant has just given us critical new testimony. A man was there before Miss Sykes arrived. A man who covered the victim's face and put on the victim's jacket. This man is the real culprit.
Why is it a man, though?
Yeah, interesting.
There's no men there except for Clay.
You really want to blame it on Clay?
No, there's Clay, there's the... Again, as I said, old men, bad news.
It was Bully McGuire. Gonna cry? I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. Miss Sykes, do you have any idea who this man was?
It was my dad.
Oof.
No, I'm afraid I don't.
A few moments ago, Miss Sykes mentioned a mask. Athena, can you tell us anything else about that?
Dude, it's like that James Bond movie.
I haven't seen it.
Which ones have you not seen?
All of them.
Okay, never mind. There's a James Bond movie where one of the villains is wearing a mask that looks exactly like that and comes to try and kill a little girl.
Oof.
She gets away. She's fine, though.
Okay.
But it is shockingly similar, which is interesting.
Yeah, the mask. It was my mom's Japanese theater mask. I think it was the one hanging on the wall of the lab.
Oh, this mask hanging here on the wall.
It was kind of spooky, that mask. My mom used to tell me that a no mask even has the power to turn an ordinary human into a phantom.
A phantom? It would seem that a new suspect has emerged. And that means that all suspicion against Miss Sykes has... You see? This is precisely why I can't trust the court system. Athena Sykes is the murderer. I won't accept any of her verdict.
Your Honor, I would like to indict Aura Blackwell as...
I would like to accuse Von Karma. Von Karma, you are guilty. Miss Blackwell, this is not good.
Gonna kill your daughter.
A new suspect. Where's the proof this person ever existed? Who says it wasn't all just a dream in the little princess's groggy little head? Ugh. She's right. We don't have any hard evidence of the masked man's existence.
Objection! Thank you, Mr. Wright. I'll never be able to repay you for all you've done. But I'm fine now. Because I can say with certainty that I didn't kill my mother.
Athena, I'm so glad for you.
More and more memories are coming back now. So I'd like to say one thing if I could. Ponko came to the robotics lab at about 2 p.m. to recharge. I went to the robotics lab at about 2 p.m. for my regular recharge. Just as I was about to charge up, Athena came in and hugged Mommy Matus. And then Mommy Matus fell down. After that, I was recharging, so I don't know anything.
I see where you're going with this. If Mommy Metis was really the killer in disguise.
Right. Then he must have come to the robotics lab before 2 p.m.
Do I have anything here in the evidence that can help me find this person who came to the lab before 2 p.m.?
Well, the security camera said only one person came.
Take that!
This is Prosecutor Blackwell leaving the scene after the incident at around 3 p.m. What I'm wondering is, does the video show anyone else passing by here before then? I don't see anything in the investigation report. It looks like they didn't check.
Dumb.
Just as I thought. So if we rewind the footage and go back to around 2 p.m., we should be able to see the true culprit leaving the scene.
It's just Athena.
Very well then, let's take a look. There! Please stop it right there!
Oh my gosh. It's the security people.
It's just like you said! There is a man leaving the scene of the crime! Miss Sykes, do you remember this person?
That's him! I'm sure of it! He's wearing my mother's jacket! I did, but what I really wanted to see was her jacket.
Oh yeah, you can see there's the slash there where she only caught his clothes.
I thought that would become important, but I didn't know how.
That jacket on display, that was Dr. Sykes's?
I thought it was because the one on display was Blaze, where he got slashed.
Ah,
Can't you see it? There's the slash I made with the utility knife that day. And I'm sure that knife is under the jacket somewhere.
So then, everything Miss Sykes said. Exactly. It proves that Miss Sykes' memory was correct. Dr. Sykes' killer arrived at the robotics lab before 2 p.m. He killed her and hit her face with a handkerchief. Then he disguised himself with Dr. Sykes' jacket and mask that were there in the lab. That's one of the creepiest CGs, I think.
Yeah.
It's very disturbing.
The culprit probably knew beforehand that Ponko charged up at 2 p.m. every day. Convenient. So we waited for Ponko to come to the lab for her regular recharge.
By leaving Dr. Sykes' jacket on, the culprit tricked Ponko into thinking he was Dr. Sykes, thereby making it look like she was alive up to that point in time. All to disguise the real time of death.
Objection!
Objection.
That's dumb. I win.
It's a nice theory, Mr. Wright, but I'm afraid it's just not possible. What? Why not? The victim's jacket is clearly visible right there in the video. And that, right there, is precisely the problem. The ID tag on the jacket at the scene confirms beyond a shadow of a doubt that it belonged to the victim. If the person who left the lab truly was wearing the victim's jacket, then how could it possibly have wound up back at the crime scene? What's going on? That doesn't make sense. Edgeworth's right. If the culprit was wearing the jacket, how did it get back to the lab? The killer brought it back, the victim brought it back, the defendant brought it back.
Wouldn't. Well, the victim is dead, so that's stupid.
When they say defendant, I don't know if they're referring to the current defendant, Athena,
Yeah.
or if they're referring to the defendant at the time, Blackwell.
Blackwell, which that is. I guess that's a safe bet then. The killer brought it back would be stupid because then he'd be back at the crime scene.
I think that's what it is, though.
But it has to be Blackwell.
How did Blackwell get it, then?
Maybe it was in the hallway. I don't know.
Maybe he dumped it in the toilet.
Well, because the only thing on the security camera after was of Blackwell entering and exiting. So the killer couldn't have brought it back. And the victim's dead.
I think it's the killer brought
Then
it
check
back.
it. It is, then how?
The killer used the jacket as a disguise to make his escape. But in order to conceal that fact, he had to get the jacket back to the crime scene. So the culprit simply returned to the robotics lab later and planted it there. Contradiction resolved.
Objection.
Except that it would have been impossible. The only people who came to the robotics lab after the killer were Prosecutor Blackwell and the people who reported the body. And they claimed that the jacket was there when they arrived. So, when do you propose this mysterious man of yours had the chance to return the jacket? A puzzling question indeed. When did the culprit have the chance to bring the jacket back? When the body was found at the time of the murder?
Not at the time of the murder.
The only time the culprit could have returned the jacket was when the body was found. Mr. Wright, do you realize the implication of that argument? I do. Most people, when they come across a murder, focus their attention on the body. The culprit could have taken advantage of that split second to plant the jacket. In other words, the true culprit of this case, the man known as the Phantom, was one of the first people to discover the body.
Oh my gosh, was it Detective
I-
Arm?
I would never have thought of that! Well, Detective Arm was first on the scene for Taryn's murder, not Metis's murder.
Well, she's a detective, and she's dead now.
Order! Order in the court! What is the meaning of this, Prosecutor Edgeworth? The body was discovered and reported by a group of 3 people. They were there to collect the space probe's capsule in preparation for the HAT-1 launch. One of these people had this special bag to transport the capsule in. Oh, you mean the shock-resistant bag? Correct. I suppose that if the jacket was in that bag, it could have been returned to the scene of the crime without anyone noticing. I'll see to it that you get the reports on those 3 people. You will? We should also check the facial recognition database for that robot. If this person felt the need to hide his face with the theater mask, it might mean that his facial data was once registered. Prosecutor Edgeworth, does this mean? I have to admit, I believe Miss Sykes' memories to be credible. You win, right? Not that this was ever an official trial, anyway. Do my ears deceive me? Prosecutor Edgeworth, are you actually conceding? Oh my gosh, so scandalous!
Oh my gosh, a prosecutor never concedes.
Is it true, boss? Does this mean I'm...
I can't believe it. It's over. I won. I proved that both Athena and Prosecutor Blackwell are innocent.
Well, you proved at least one of them.
Your Honor, I see no need to further prolong this trial.
Objection.
Hold on, Mr. Wright. Have you forgotten who's in charge of this trial? That's right. I'm the one who's supposed to say that I see no need to further prolong. Not you either, Your Honor. Now silence.
Yeah.
Don't care, still want Athena dead.
She's like, gonna kill Trucy first.
The little princess, who was truly beloved by Metis, and who repaid that love with death. All these years hating Athena was the only thing that kept me going. But what do I do now? Can anyone tell me? How am I supposed to go on?
Miss Blackwell. How unlike you, Aura. Metis was deeply passionate about her work, and she chose you as her partner. Isn't that...
Shut up, Simon! You know exactly how I felt about her. Her respect as a coworker wasn't all that I wanted.
Then what did you want from her? Did you really just go there, Your Honor? Obviously, she wanted her secret recipe for the amazing cranberry bread.
She always makes cranberry bread and I don't have it.
She tried to steal it, but thankfully Mr. Whiskers was there to stop her. Anyone get the reference to Cranberry Thanksgiving?
Oh, I never saw or read or watched it or whatever.
It was a book. Oh, you didn't
never
read it?
read
Oh,
it.
it was
No.
good. It was a good book. With like the lady who has like the amazing cranberry bread recipe, and like they're the 2 guys that come to Thanksgiving dinner. Mr. Whiskers, who she like kind of hates, who's like this like kind of fat slobby guy, and then like I can't remember the other guy, but he's like this really fancy like guy with like perfume and all this, and then it's like she's like, oh no, Mr. Whiskers is totally gonna steal the recipe, and then it turns out it's the fancy guy who tries to steal it, and Mr. Whiskers stops him.
Nice.
So, hats out to you, Mr. I think that was his name, Mr. Whiskers. He had a lot of whiskers for the beard, so.
We can find the book.
Aura, there is something I've wanted to say if you will lend me an ear. I have in my possession a lead on who Metis's murder is. You do?
It's you!
Right, Dono. You asked me about the identity of the Phantom of 7 years past. That's right. The Phantom. The person Blackwell has been looking for, even from behind bars.
Pretty sure it's Christoph Gavin.
7 years ago, somebody hatched a plan to sabotage the Hat 1 rocket. The spy. But he was no ordinary spy. We knew naught about him. His background, appearance. We came to refer to him as the Phantom. At the time, I was working with the police to hunt him down. And then one day, a miracle occurred, and I obtained a lead on him. Oh, how exciting! What was the lead? A recording of the Phantom's voice. But the quality was too poor for a proper voice analysis. Yet I had hope. Aura's coworker was a scientist who could analyze human emotions. So I asked her to evaluate the recording using analytical psychology. And that scientist was Dr. Sykes. Yes, a spy's greatest fear is to have his true identity discovered. In addition to Hat 1, Dr. Sykes' results and the recording were surely among his targets. But his search of the Space Center bore no fruit, so he must have started to panic. He couldn't find them? But where could they have been? Who is to say? Wow, I bet he's never let that out of his sight all these years. How in the world did you smuggle him into prison? Oh, I have my ways. What's more, my partner is especially talented at that sort of thing.
Ah.
I worked to lure the Phantom in by spreading rumors throughout the underworld. I was even granted permission to prosecute cases to attract the Phantom's attention. Just try to retrieve your identity, you bloody butcher, became my taunt. And what about the results Dr. Sykes drew up for you? Was there any useful information?
He was a butcher.
Here, you can see for yourself. But take good care of it. It's all I have left of my mentor. I will. I'd better hold on to this real tight. Phantom Psych profile added to the court
He
record.
doesn't
The subject
experience feelings like normal people do. That's helpful, actually.
Was there anybody who's just like totally emotionless? Like, oh yeah.
I'm thinking about all the people. I'm thinking about all the people in our case.
Closest would be Solomon Starbuck,
Yeah.
probably.
Or
We never met Clay.
I know, Clay is all I'm saying.
Could have been Candace Arm. She didn't really do anything.
She didn't do anything. Doesn't experience feelings like anyone do.
So
What if it was a robot?
Phoenix, don't go presenting that to people in an outside
What if
of
it was a
court.
robot? Because they don't experience real feelings.
Oh,
Robot
interesting. So it could be
programmed for
Clonko or
destruction.
Ponko.
Yeah.
Or it could be the cleaning robot who's like, what do I do?
What do I do?
Psychological profile, classified. Emotional output of this voice extremely weak compared to a typical voice. Subject deemed to have unique psychological makeup with almost no emotional fluctuation.
So, it's like the opposite of Athena.
Basically, no emotional fluctuation, huh? A spy who experiences no emotions, not sadness nor anger, and naturally no fear.
Very ideal for a spy.
He is the very definition of a phantom. A monster with no heart. Don't you see?
Oh my gosh, it's the Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
No, it's
No,
Xemnas.
he likes birds.
It's definitely Xemnas.
from Kingdom
From
Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts. I don't have a heart. Nobody's cannot really feel emotions,
Emotions.
but we remember how to.
Oh my god.
This creature is the rot that destroyed our lives and set what ails all us into motion.
Who's Shelley to kill her?
The Phantom, indeed. A fitting name for the one who brought darkness to our world. Well then.
Who was signing keys?
Oh, no way!
Wait.
It seems a faint image of a man has started to take shape. Based on what we have learned, I'd like all of you to conduct further investigation. This is not a formal trial, but I do want to follow protocol. If I may, I'd like to hand down my verdicts and bring these proceedings to an end. Whatever. Do what you want.
Don't kill my people.
You'll hear no objections from me.
You'll hear no sympathy from me.
Ike, Yes, please, Your Honor. It's over. It's finally over.
No, it's not. We have like so much to do.
Very well. In that case, Prosecutor Blackwell, could you please take the stand? As a result of this trial, your innocence has been proven. The verdict handed down 7 years ago is hereby overturned.
Even though it's a fake trial, so he still will get executed tomorrow.
And now, the defendant of the current trial, Miss Athena Sykes.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, thank you. Thank you for everything.
Athena, you're more than welcome. If everyone is ready, I will now give my verdict.
Yay! I swear, Apollo, this was not the time.
You! Oh, it is the time.
Apollo's like, Athena's is totally guilty, bro.
Apollo? What is the meaning of this? Who are you?
Who are
I'm
you?
Edgeworth. I'm the best prosecutor ever. Congratulations, Mr. Wright and Prosecutor Edgeworth. You uncovered the truth from 7 years ago, and you saved Prosecutor Blackwell. However, I can't allow this trial to end just yet.
Of course not.
Why, Apollo? Why would you do this to us?
I don't know. I was gonna make a joke, but I don't really know.
We'll have to find out next time why Apollo would do this to us.
Why would Apollo do this?
I love how you kept being like, oh yeah, Apollo's gonna save us, Apollo's gonna save us. I'm just thinking, no, Apollo's gonna ruin us at
Oh,
the end.
no, I was waiting for like, Apollo's gonna save us, Apollo's gonna save us, and I was like, he's gonna come at the worst possible time.
Yeah, well, what an episode, huh?
Apollo, you suck.
So, there's still a decent amount of the case left. With
Okay.
credits and stuff, there's
Yeah.
probably close to 3 hours.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
we could do more. Again, here's the thing. We could just do a little more tonight, but you're gonna be, no, Clifford, no, we need to do it. Or we could try to do the rest of the case tonight, in which case, that's basically all we're going to do for the rest of the night.
I mean, that's fine. I
Alright,
got
well-
nothing better to
Well,
do.
regardless, thanks for watching, everybody. Tune in next time. Oh man, we're
Haha.
We're
It's
still
gonna
a
be
lot.
fun.
There's still a lot left to do, and it's gonna be epic.
I love how you
So,
said it's gonna be 3 hours, and then we've recorded for 2 hours, and you're like, it's gonna be 3 hours.
I forgot how much.
You're like a
there is
video
in this
that's
case.
buffering, or not a video. You're like a
The progress
computer-
bar.
Yeah, the progress bar.
Well,
Oh
all
my
right.
gosh.
Until we meet again, my friends. Have a great day.
Save game.
And God bless.
Woo!